Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start this with the obligatory apology for having no game day yesterday, and I promised it for 2 weeks on 4 videos. And I tried to explain in text at the end of the video yesterday that a lot of people do not understand the whole mental health matters. We are still struggling with this one in the United States, and I'm not sure if it necessarily applies here. I mean, obviously mental health applies, but I have a bit more rigors when it comes down to mental health than many other people do. As I've said for many regular viewers, this has been building for a while, and I was already hitting the unstable point last Wednesday morning when, right in the middle of Aaron's meeting, I had a breakdown and I had to go in the room and cry. Should have been a sign. That thing that was in the mail the other day that had the government logo on it, I had to drop off in the mail. I needed a picture of mine for immigration or something like that. Anyways, so new picture, new signature, whatever. Aaron's also calling them because he called them and said, oh yeah, everything's okay. Everything's okay. You got all the pictures. We're just really behind. And then like a couple days later, I got that mail and it was like only for me, not Aaron. And did part of what Dirty 30 say in comments build? Yeah. Did anything cause what happened? Probably. But then the thing is like when you have, 9 plus ones, and then you have an extra plus one, there's always the straw that broke the camel back, but it may not have caused it. Because you could have had a 3, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 1, another 2, and then that last one, or something, I'm maybe doing my bad math here, but that last one sent it to a 10 or sent it over, and then suddenly, but what caused it? Was it the original 3? And I got to give a shout out to Diego and Martine, who did check up after they got back from the game or wherever they were rested afterwards. It was like 7 p.m. and I was able to talk. Wasn't good, but probably gonna have to wear my face mask in the store, so we'll get there and chat a little bit more. But so to verbally say what had happened, Aaron and I were doing everything great. I was feeling a little nervous as pre-practice stuff happens the night before. About 9:30 we shut everything down so I could get a decent night's sleep. And we were watching TikToks, and about 11 o'clock, I felt like I had goosebumps. That chills feeling, where just like every hair on your body just stands up. All of a sudden, I started breathing really heavy, really more. And I was breathing so hard that I actually started shuddering breathing. And Aaron's like, are you okay? Which then broke me because I started saying no, but my brain said, my mouth said no. My brain said, I am not okay right now, and I need to talk about this. And I started talking about it, and I just started screaming, curling up into a little ball, and doing just like, I'm so glad our apartment has concrete walls. I'm hoping I didn't keep anybody awake. I mean, to be fair, the people that drill during the middle of the day or into the evening or whatnot are a little awkward, but I know my voice is loud, and I was trying to keep it calm. And we kept drinking water, kept going to the bathroom, maybe that was it, we couldn't go to sleep. Just 5 hours. Aaron was making me drink water because I was crying so much, I was becoming dehydrated, I was sweating so much, we had to change the sheets. Like, it was bad. I could not have functioned in the game. And I bring it up because, like, when someone's bruised badly or they have a broken limb, it's very, very obvious. And when only lady in the store without a face mask on. And so it's just, I don't know. And so part of it was, do I go to the game? Do I try to function in whatever best I can and not actually be my best for the team when they need me to be as best as I can? Or do I stay home and feel like a failure because I let them down and canceled at the last minute? We chose the least of two evils. Go to the game, possibly have an actual freak out in public, and, you know, be useless at the game, visually useless, reminded of what exactly happened in Paris, or stay home. And Aaron was just completely okay with, like, oh, he's taking a mental health day. And I'm like, it doesn't sound that simple. It's not, you know, which made me even more feel like I was just being a little fucking Karen about this thing. Oh, I'm taking a mental health day. I can't take the life right now. Despite the fact that I was, you know, crying so hard, I was to the point of, like, coughing up blood. I couldn't breathe correctly. I was having a full-on seizure Saturday night. I couldn't think. I couldn't breathe. Even I couldn't cry after a while, and Aaron was realizing I wasn't crying. I was sweating so much, he made me drink water.
And been laying here, got home with the groceries and whatnot, laying down, just giving a little bit of rest time. Still in the hoodie, anyways. Thinking about, like, the ride home and all the various things. I'm having, like, moments of, like, happiness, but, like, if I don't keep it going, it's like a drug almost right now, that if I don't keep the happiness going, then I'll sink back down. So I'm in, like, a procrastinating mood of not doing things. This will probably be the end of the vlog, as me talking here, and then I'm going to go to the gym and not have to worry about anything, like with the camera and vlogging and stuff, and just be able to focus on things I need to do. Part of the things that I was telling Matai and Diego, I mean, I almost copy-pasted, but I didn't copy-paste. I typed it up separately for each of them, is that many times, at least a football season, the ones here, is that there just comes a point where I think there's just, it seems like other people don't put in nearly as much effort as I do. And maybe I do put in more effort, but I don't need to. Or maybe I do need to. But sometimes it just gets so tiring everywhere else in life that I've seen that I put in so much effort and I try so hard, and it's literally just running me ragged mentally at times, physically other times, and I get barely anything. It's to the point of I work really hard towards something and get half of what people do or whatnot. And then when something comes along and it is just, you know, it happens to be good in that case, that I did earn it, it doesn't feel like it because it feels too easy. And I don't know if this is, I guess we'll call it gaslighting by the United States or something. It's just, I don't get it. But there's a lot of times where it's like, I'm pushing the wall. I mean, metaphorical wall. I'm pushing towards the goal. I'm putting in so much effort. I'm exhausting myself. Because not only am I pushing towards the goal, I'm putting in a lot of effort to get nowhere. And then I have people, like, creeping over the edge of the rock, and they see me momentarily taking a break from putting in all my effort, and they're like, just try a little harder. And they don't, I'm just helping, and it doesn't, you know, that's part of the overall issue. Why did you, oh, Duolingo. But yeah, that's that, that sometimes I feel so, you know, and when I'm pushing so hard, and I'm even told many times at jobs or in classes even, this has gone back to college and high school, that I'm making amazing progress. And then the report cards come out and I've got like a D or an F, or even a C. I mean, I'm passing, but barely. And I know this doesn't make sense for Europeans. I don't know how your guys' grades go. I mean, maybe you understand it from American media, but also, anyways. But that's the thing is, I have just, when it comes down to socializing, I put in a lot more effort towards conforming to social norms. And people tell me to be myself, thinking I'm only going to be a little bit weird and a little bit awkward. And I'm already tuning back the weird and awkward just to make things mesh. And I had enough problem with that one in the States. Having to work with a cultural barrier. I don't want to say a language barrier. Because when it comes down to English, I'm not a problem here. More of the awkward things is I reference things from the States that they don't understand. Just, it wasn't a thing that was a part of their culture. And that's the issue. We no language barrier, but there's still like that little bit extra effort, even with basic translations. And I'm relatively okay with it. But there's, and I say I'm okay with it because it's just a little bit extra work. But sometimes when I'm already running full on, physically working towards something, I'm physically overcoming a slight injury, and all these various things. And it's just, like I said when I was writing down the road, it's not a bunch of plus ones. It's a +3, a +2, +1, +1, +2, all those things. And then finally, even a half can set me over the edge. But there are other major problems. And a lot of those I need to work on. Like Martine said, I'm too hard on myself, but I don't know how to not be too hard on myself. Because it feels like I have to put in 5 times the effort just to be on par with everybody else when they drift through. I take it seriously because I put a lot of effort into things, and some days I don't go to the gym. I don't spend all my time in the gym. I don't spend time out on the field because I'm just I'm mentally exhausted. And I don't spend a lot of time I won't spend it at all, really, blasting marital problems here. They're not much, but they're generally aggravating, and they wear on me. And then on top of that, even socially, being misunderstood. Add the complication of a cultural or maybe even slight linguistic language barrier, and I'm even more misunderstood, if at all. And so it gets isolating because not only am I making references, and it just builds to a point that I felt alone and that I was working so hard you've made a lot of progress. That's the thing. Thursday night, I was rationalizing it. I was trying to make myself better. I was trying to find the math equation for it. And if I find the math equation for it, if I find the physics behind it, if I find the universal truth, and that's it. I understand that not a lot of things are universal truths, but that's part of the why I went into astrophysics and higher level physics and still watch all this science stuff. It's because it provides answers. It provides meaning for things. Because I'm constantly feeling like I'm misunderstood, or things happen for no reason, or I'm not told the reasons for things because I'm not privileged to that level of information, or it would be controversial if someone told me the exact reasoning. And in the States, there is a lot of subtlety. There's a lot of bullshit. We can't say we're not hiring you because you're black, so we're gonna find another reason. We all know it's racism, And even there's the TikTok. If race isn't a problem, take it off job applications, and Europeans are fucking shocked by that, and I'm not black, but I'm saying, there are things that I don't get the same socializing because people have stereotypes about gays, and I don't follow a lot of those, and I'm not a plant gay, I'm not a Disney gay. I don't even really like drag queens. I don't mind going to a techno club or whatnot, but I've been married for so long, that, I gotta think of Aaron. I gotta think, hey, I'd like to go do something fun with him the few times we do have nights to go out, and can't see in the dark. And that's, I wasn't going to clubs massively before, so it was just okay. Anyways, but that's that. If you have any questions, You want much more clarifications. I'm going to the gym. I'm probably going to do some chest, and then I'm going to walk on the treadmill at an incline for a long time. Take some water. Because Willie has told me, do your strength training first. Exercise afterwards. Don't do your cardio because then you're physically exhausted and you can't get the stuff you need done. I'll trust Willie's word over random crap on the internet. And that's part of the problem. Is like, we're your viewers, we'll help you with your stuff. But the thing is, everybody has their own opinion about things. And I see it all the time on fitness and health TikTok, that people like, carbs are good, carbs are bad. Make sure you eat your eggs. I'm like, 1, I love carbs. 2, don't eat eggs. Don't eat chicken. Oh, well, then you're just going to get fat. And they get really judgy that I don't eat chicken. And my diet's already fairly restricted as is due to the autism stuff. I don't need to be restricting it any further because of deemed unhealthy meats. Dial back some of my food, yeah. I already have a limited diet as is. I don't need to restrict it more other than actual calories. And I don't know if I can do that because I am very comforted by the things I eat. And cutting back on calories gets me stressed out because I'm not eating at a certain time. I'm not eating at right times. I'm not getting the blood sugar, and it dips really fast. I've had enough blood work. I don't have diabetes. The doctors wanted blood work because of my crazy pills enough that they would have noticed if I was reaching anywhere close to diabetic. But yeah. So with my blood sugar dips, my brain goes a little wonky and I get hangry faster. So I try to keep a constant stream of food in me, but a very little amount of food. And I try to keep the healthy foods. Eating what I do is nice. So in order to lose weight and stuff, I need to increase the expenditure, not decrease increase the expenditure, not decrease the income. There's a lot of opinions about fitness and getting better. And I have bought $500 worth of online programs over the last couple years to work on them as linebacker stuff, do stuff in the gym, do stuff out in fields. Anyways, I'm getting distracted now.